It's a quiet morning when I open the door to grab my latest Amazon delivery, but my stomach drops. The box is gone. No, it's not delayed. It's not misplaced. It's stolen. Again. For the fourth time in the past 2 months, my blood boils as I stare at the empty spot on the porch where my limited edition gaming headset was supposed to be. The frustration hits hard this time. It's no longer just an inconvenience. It feels personal. I know exactly who's behind this, and I can already feel the anger building up inside me. I turn slowly, squinting across the street. There she is, Karen, the self-proclaimed queen of the neighborhood, the one who's always complaining about something, the grass being a little too long, the trash can sitting out for 5 extra minutes. She's out front, busy with her ridiculously overpriced rose bushes, acting like she owns the whole street. When she sees me staring, she smirks. I can't stand that look. It's like she's daring me to do something. I clench my fists. That's it. I'm done. I've put up with her nonsense long enough. It's not just about the money anymore. It's the principle, the audacity of this woman, stealing my stuff and acting like I won't do anything about it. The more I think about it, the more I realize. This isn't just about some missing packages. It's about standing up for myself. Enough is enough. I'm not going to let this slide anymore. I march back inside, grab my phone and dial Jake's number. I tell him what happened. And of course, he laughs at first. But I'm not laughing. I'm tired of this. I need proof, real proof. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm ready to take matters into my own hands. I can already feel the gears turning in my head. It's time to get creative, and maybe a little bit vengeful. Karen has messed with the wrong person. This isn't the first time Karen has crossed the line. Every time I order something, I feel like I'm playing a game of chance. Will it arrive safely on my doorstep, or will Karen decide it looks too tempting to leave behind? The first time it happened, I brushed it off. Maybe it was a mistake, I thought. But then it happened again. And again. The last straw was when I ordered a limited edition gaming headset. I waited all week for it, only to find the box missing the moment I stepped outside. That's when I realized. This was no accident. Karen had taken it. And she was doing this to me on purpose. It's not just the package thefts either. Over the past few months, Karen has become the neighborhood's self-appointed sheriff. She's the one who calls the HOA for the smallest things. Once, she reported me for leaving my trash can out for an extra 5 minutes. She stood there on her porch watching me like I was some kind of criminal. Another time, she complained because my lawn wasn't exactly the perfect shade of green. She loves playing the role of the victim, acting like she's keeping the neighborhood in order. But really, she just loves having control over everything. And now, she's taking my packages. I'm fed up. I pick up my phone and call Jake. He picks up right away, and I tell him what happened. He laughs at first, thinking I'm joking. But when I tell him it's the 4th time, he stops laughing. I'm serious. I want to make sure Karen can't deny this. No more missing packages, no more playing nice. I need something big, something undeniable that will prove she's been stealing from me. I want her caught red-handed, with nowhere to run. Jake throws out some ridiculous ideas, like filling a box with 1,000 crickets or setting up some kind of exploding glitter trap. The thought of it makes me laugh, but I'm serious. I need something better than just a regular prank. I want her to regret ever messing with me. So, I start thinking. And I come up with a plan. What if I set up a glitter bomb? I know it sounds over the top, but it's the perfect revenge. Glitter is impossible to get rid of, and I know it'll make a mess she won't ever forget. But I can't just throw together any old glitter bomb. This has to be something legendary. I'm talking about a high-tech, motion-sensing, glitter-filled box that will explode when she opens it. The more I think about it, the more I get excited. I'll film it all, and then I'll have undeniable proof of what she's done. I tell Jake my idea, and he laughs even harder now. But I can tell he's also impressed. This is going to be one for the books. Karen won't know what hit her. It's time to make sure she learns her lesson once and for all. The revenge planning begins. Now that I've got the idea, it's time to get to work. I'm not just throwing some glitter into a box and hoping for the best. No, this is going to be the ultimate revenge, and I'm going all out. First things first, I need to find the perfect glitter. This can't be the cheap stuff you find at the craft store. I need the kind that sticks to your skin for weeks, the kind that'll never come off no matter how many showers you take. You know, the glitter that gets into every crevice of your life and ruins it in the best way possible. I'm picturing Karen covered in glitter, looking like a walking disco ball for the next month. Next, I need to figure out the dye. Not just any dye. I'm thinking about using a hairstylist's special pink dye, the kind they use to make colors last forever. This isn't some cheap stuff that fades in a day. No, I need something that'll stick around for weeks, maybe even longer. Imagine Karen walking around town with bright pink streaks in her hair and clothes, still glowing like a radioactive flamingo. She'll never live this down. I also need a camera, obviously. I can't just set up a glitter bomb and hope I get a good shot. No, I need the highest quality motion-sensing camera that'll catch every moment of Karen's face when she opens that box. It's got to be HD, so I can make sure I capture her looking exactly as stunned and horrified as I'm imagining. I find the perfect camera, the kind that can stream straight to my phone. Perfect. I'm also getting pretty obsessed with the details. The box itself has to look convincing, something that'll catch Karen's eye. I decide to make it look like a luxury electronic package, something she'd never resist. The box has to scream high-end, like it's too good to leave behind. I'm even adding a fake label that says, "Fragile, handle with care," just to make her think it's something extra special. I start piecing everything together, and honestly, it feels like I'm building a masterpiece. The trap is looking better and better, and I'm getting excited. But before I go ahead and put the plan into action, I need to test it. I don't want to risk setting up the perfect trap only to have it fail in front of Karen. I grab an old box, stuff it with glitter, dye, and a little mechanism to trigger the explosion. I place it carefully on my porch, like it's the real deal, and then I wait. When I finally set it off, the glitter explosion goes off with a loud pop, and instantly, I'm covered in the same glitter I was planning to unleash on Karen. I burst out laughing. Well, at least I know it works. But there's one problem. It's way too much glitter. It's everywhere. On the porch, in my hair, on my face. I look like a fairy had a meltdown all over me. It's a mess, but it's also hilarious. I need to tone it down a little so it doesn't turn into a glitter apocalypse when Karen opens the box. I make a few adjustments to the mechanism, and this time I test it again. It's not perfect yet, but it's getting closer. The camera catches everything clearly, the explosion is loud but controlled, and the dye is just the right shade of pink. I'm feeling pretty proud of myself at this point. Jake stops by to check out the progress. When he sees the box, his face says it all. He's impressed, but also a little concerned. "Dude, this is next level," he says, shaking his head. "You sure you want to go this far?" I grin. "Oh, I'm going this far. This is going to be legendary." Jake watches as I set off another test. This time, the glitter flies just right. The dye bursts in a perfect cloud, and the camera captures the explosion in all its glory. Jake is practically speechless. "Bro," he says, his voice full of disbelief. "You're insane, but this is kind of beautiful." I can't help but laugh. I know, right? It's art. Revenge art. I'm almost there. The trap is perfect, and I'm just waiting for the moment when Karen will take the bait. Every detail has been thought through, and I can already picture her face when it all goes down. It's finally time. I've got the glitter bomb all set, and now comes the hard part. Placing it outside. I walk out onto my porch and take a deep breath. This is the moment. I look around, trying to find the perfect spot. It's got to be right where Karen's taken my packages before. The spot that's just far enough from my door so she won't get suspicious, but close enough for me to catch it on camera. I place the box carefully, making sure it looks just like all the other packages that have mysteriously disappeared. The label says, "Luxury Electronics," something that will definitely catch her attention. I even add a little note on the side that says, "Handle with care." I can just picture Karen's eyes lighting up as she reads it. This is the kind of package she can't resist. With the trap set, I step back and stare at it for a moment. My heart is pounding, partly from excitement, partly from nerves. What if she doesn't take it? What if she knows it's a trap? I shake off the doubt. Of course, she's going to take it. It's too good to leave behind. I glance at my phone to make sure everything's ready. The camera's live, the die's set to burst, and the glitter's primed for the explosion. I'm ready. But now I just have to wait. I sit down at my window and try to calm my nerves. The seconds feel like hours. I keep glancing outside, half expecting to see Karen sneak by any moment. Every car that passes, every shadow that moves makes me jump. I can't stop watching. The anticipation is killing me. Finally, I see her. There she is, in her usual spot by her ridiculous rose bushes. She's doing her best to act casual, but I can tell she's scouting the area. The way she keeps glancing over her shoulder, making sure no one's watching. Classic Karen move. It's like I'm watching a spy movie, and she's the villain. I can almost hear the dramatic music playing in the background as she inches closer to the box. She doesn't hesitate for long. The moment she sees the box, it's like a switch flips in her brain. She looks both ways, checking for any signs of witnesses, and then, in a move that would make a raccoon in a trash can proud, she snatches up the package. I hold my breath. This is it. She's got it. I whisper into the phone. She took it. I'm watching her. Jake's voice comes through the speaker, barely containing his laughter. No way, dude. It's happening. I can't help but smile. It's a perfect setup. Now I just have to wait for the big moment. I watch Karen hurry back to her house, looking all sneaky like she's getting away with something. She's completely oblivious to the glitter storm that's about to hit her. I glance at the camera feed one last time, making sure everything's in place. The second she opens that box, I'll have it all on video. The moment I've been waiting for is finally here. Karen has the package. I can see her from my window, carefully carrying it into her house like she's just stolen a treasure. My heart is pounding in my chest as I wait for her to open it. I keep glancing at the camera feed on my phone, knowing that the second she rips that tape off, it's game over. And then it happens. She pulls at the box, and before she even realizes what's going on, the glitter bomb goes off with a loud poof, and the world explodes in a blinding cloud of glitter. It's like a sparkly tornado has hit her, and she's right in the middle of it. Pink glitter flies everywhere, sticking to her clothes, her hair, even her face. The dye bursts next, splattering all over her, turning her into a human canvas of bright pink chaos. I can't help but burst out laughing as she stands there, frozen for a second in shock. Then, she starts flailing her arms, like some malfunctioning windmill, trying to shake off the glitter. Her legs move in all the wrong directions, and she stumbles around like she's lost control of her body. The sight of her is so ridiculous that I almost can't breathe from laughing. Jake is on the phone with me, and I can hear him in the background, losing it. Dude, this is the best thing I've ever seen. She looks like she's been attacked by a unicorn, he says, barely able to speak between laughs. I can't stop watching either. Karen is now stumbling outside, glitter falling off her like a trail of breadcrumbs. She's coughing up clouds of glitter and looking like she's about to cry. She stands in front of her house, trying to shake it off. But it's hopeless. She's covered. There's no escape from the glitter. Her neighbors must have heard her screaming, because I see a few of them peek out of their windows. One of them looks absolutely horrified, while the others are clearly trying not to laugh. But the best part? Karen doesn't realize that she's standing directly in front of her own Ring camera, which is capturing the entire scene. I'm dying inside, knowing that her humiliation is now being broadcasted to whoever has access to that camera. I can't stop laughing, and neither can Jake. We're texting each other, sending screenshots of the moment, like it's some kind of trophy. She's officially a meme, Jake texts me. Her face is priceless. I keep replaying the footage, watching her face change from shock to panic, and then to pure rage as she finally notices me watching from my window. It's like she knows it's all over. The best part is when she tries to march toward my house, her face twisted in anger, but she can barely walk straight. She's still covered in glitter, and it's so obvious how humiliated she is. I can't stop laughing. The whole neighborhood must be watching by now. This is it. The moment of victory. Karen is officially the butt of the joke, and I'm loving every second of it. The video of Karen's glitter bomb disaster goes viral almost immediately. The second I upload it, my phone blows up with notifications. I sit there scrolling through the comments, laughing harder with each one. People are absolutely roasting Karen. Someone comments, "She looks like a walking disco ball," and I can't stop giggling. Another one says, "This is the karma we all needed," and I'm pretty sure I'm crying from laughing so hard. People are making memes left and right, photoshopping her into ridiculous situations, like making her look like a supervillain, or turning her into a human glitter explosion in the middle of Times Square. The internet has fully embraced Karen's humiliation, and the comments keep pouring in, each one funnier than the last. The video has become a sensation, and I can't stop watching it blow up. It's everywhere. Someone even auto-tuned her screams, and now it's a remix climbing in views. It's official. Karen is a meme. She's the internet's latest joke, and I'm here for it. I even get tagged in posts from strangers who are just as excited about it. There's no turning back now. Karen's face is everywhere. But of course, Karen isn't just going to accept it. Not at all. She's too proud to admit she's been totally humiliated. The next day, I get a call from her. Her voice is shaking with rage. "You've ruined my life," she says, sounding like she's on the verge of a breakdown. "I'm going to sue you for this. You violated my privacy. You can't just post a video of me without my permission." I try to keep my cool, but I can't help but laugh a little. "Karen, you stole my packages. You're lucky I didn't post the first one where you looked like you were trying to sneak away with my stuff." She's quiet for a second, then starts up again. "I'm telling the police. You can't just set me up like that. This is harassment." I don't even know where to start. "Karen, you've stolen from me, and the video proves it, so yeah, I don't think the police are going to be on your side here." But she's not giving up. "This is an attack on my reputation. I am going to make sure everyone knows what you did to me." Her voice is practically trembling with fury now. I can't stop myself from responding sarcastically. "You mean like how you're already famous for stealing packages and then turning into a human glitter bomb?" "Yeah, I'm sure that's going to help your rep." She sputters for a few moments, clearly trying to come up with a response that will somehow make sense of the chaos she's just caused. But the more she talks, the more ridiculous she sounds. The threats get wilder, the excuses get weaker, and the internet's love for her meltdown only grows. At this point, Karen's only doing herself more harm. Her desperate denials and ridiculous accusations are just making everyone laugh harder. The more she tries to spin this into her being the victim, the more people see her as exactly what she is, someone who stole from the wrong person and is now trying to backpedal her way out of it. I can't shake the feeling that Karen isn't done yet. I've humiliated her in front of the entire neighborhood and the internet, but something tells me she's just going to keep trying to get back at me. She's not the type to go down without a fight, and I know she'll find a way to spin this into her being the victim. So I start thinking, what if the glitter bomb wasn't enough? What if I went even bigger? I pull out my laptop and start sketching ideas for the next phase. I'm not just going to give her a glitter explosion this time. No, I need to make sure that when Karen takes this bait, it's going to be something she'll never, ever forget. The first thought that comes to mind is a stink bomb. I mean, why not add some extra misery to her life, right? The kind of smell that sticks with you for days. I figure a mix of rotten eggs and skunk essence will do the trick. Just enough to make her gag, but not enough to actually harm her. And then I get an idea. What if I add some UV reactive dye? I want her to look even crazier than before. The dye won't show up under normal light, but when she walks outside, she'll glow like a radioactive flamingo under UV light. I'm already starting to laugh at how over the top this is. I mean, this is just ridiculous. But it's exactly what Karen deserves. This time I'm going all out. I start working on the design. The box needs to look even more high-end than the last one. Something luxurious that Karen won't be able to resist. I think about adding a few extra compartments inside to make the explosion more intense. The first wave of glitter will cover her head to toe, and then the dye will burst right after. After that, the stink bomb will activate, just to add a little extra flavor to the situation. I want her to wish she had never stolen my packages. Jake stops by to check out the new plan, and when he sees the design, his jaw drops. "Dude," he says slowly, "this is insane. What the heck are you going to do with this? It's like next-level stuff." I grin. I know, right? It's gonna be epic. We spend the next few hours getting everything together. I order the stink bomb ingredients online and make sure the dye is strong enough to last. I upgrade the camera setup so it'll catch every angle, even when Karen tries to run away. I'm seriously putting way too much thought into this, but it feels so good to finally have a plan that will hit her where it hurts. Her pride. As I finish assembling everything, I step back and admire my work. This trap is a masterpiece. Jake looks at it and just shakes his head in disbelief. "I honestly don't know whether to be impressed or scared," he says. I laugh. A little of both is probably best. This is going to be a moment for the history books. The second Karen opens that box, it's game over. And this time there's no way she's going to spin it into her favor. The second trap is set. I place the new box carefully on my porch, positioning it just right. I can't wait to see the look on Karen's face when she opens it. It's even more tempting than the last one. Bigger, more extravagant, and with the added stink bomb that'll make her regret ever touching my packages. I make sure everything is in place. The glitter, the UV reactive dye, and, of course, the stink bomb that will leave her gagging. The moment it goes off, it's going to be legendary. I don't have to wait long. From my window, I see her watching from her front yard. She's eyeing the package like a hawk, and I can tell she's already made up her mind to take it. She creeps closer, glancing around to make sure no one's watching. Classic Karen move. Then, without hesitation, she snatches up the box and hurries inside, her face lighting up with the thrill of victory. Little does she know, it's about to be her biggest mistake yet. The moment Karen opens the box, it's like watching a slow-motion disaster unfold. The first burst of glitter flies out, hitting her in the face, hair, and clothes. But then, the real fun begins. The stink bomb goes off with a sickening pop, and the smell fills the air like a rotten egg and skunk mix. It's horrible. Karen gasps and stumbles back, her face turning green as the stink takes over. She tries to wave it away, but it's no use. The more she moves, the more the smell clings to her. She staggers toward the door, her arms flailing, and that's when the neighbors start to notice. A few of them peek out from behind curtains, others stand at their windows, all watching the chaos unfold. Karen is now covered in glitter, dyed pink like a human neon sign, and gagging from the stink. She tries to explain herself, but every word just makes the situation worse. "I was just checking on the package," she says, but no one believes her. Her desperation is clear, and it's only adding to the spectacle. That's when the HOA president, Steve, walks by and sees the scene. He pauses for a moment, takes in the full extent of Karen's humiliation, and then slowly walks over to her. "Karen," he says, shaking his head, "what exactly is going on here?" Karen opens her mouth, ready to blame everything on me, but her words stumble out in a jumbled mess. I wasn't stealing anything. I was protecting the neighborhood," she protests, but she's not convincing anyone. Steve crosses his arms and looks at her, his expression flat. "Karen, you've been stealing packages. We've had complaints, and now this. This is something else." Karen's face goes pale, realizing that her lies are finally unraveling. She looks around, noticing the growing crowd of neighbors who have gathered to watch. It's like she's been caught in a web of her own making, and there's no way out. Karen's panicked attempts to deny everything fall flat, as Steve continues to call her out. He even pulls out his phone and shows her the footage from the security cameras. "It's all right here," he says, showing her stealing the package from my porch. The evidence doesn't lie. At this point, Karen is trapped, and she knows it. Her face turns bright red as she tries to come up with an excuse, but it's too late. The neighbors have seen it all. Some of them are shaking their heads in disbelief, while others look downright disgusted. There's no way she can talk her way out of this one. Watching the whole thing go down from my window, I can't help but smile. This is the public humiliation she deserves. She's finally been exposed, and there's no escaping it now. The fallout from Karen's glitter bomb disaster is swift and unforgiving. First, her position on the HOA board is revoked. It's a public shaming that she can't escape. Word spreads fast, and soon, the entire neighborhood knows what's happened. But it doesn't stop there. The internet takes her humiliation to new heights. People are roasting her left and right on social media, turning her into a viral sensation. Memes flood the web, each one more brutal than the last. Some photoshopped her into ridiculous situations, like making her the star of a superhero movie called Glitter Girl. Others edited her screaming in the video, turning it into a catchy remix. The Glitter Bomb Karen hashtag starts trending, and she becomes a punchline for millions of people. It's like she's officially become the face of karma. Even local news outlets pick up the story, reporting on the HOA scandal and the viral video. Karen's name is plastered all over the internet, and there's no escaping it. Then, just when I think it's all over, Karen tries to make one last stand. One afternoon, she storms over to my house, her face twisted with fury. "You think you've won?" she yells as she approaches my porch. "This isn't over!" But as soon as she opens her mouth, it's clear that she's just digging herself deeper. She starts accusing me of harassment, claiming I've ruined her life and that she's going to take legal action. But it's hard to take her seriously when she's covered in glitter. still looking like she just stepped out of a bad dream. What's even more telling, though, is the way her husband Richard reacts. He steps outside, looking completely exhausted. He takes one look at Karen, then at me, and sighs like he's seen this coming from a mile away. "Karen, can we not do this?" he says, his voice heavy with frustration. It's like he's finally had enough of her antics. The poor guy looks like he's given up on trying to keep the peace. He doesn't even bother to engage in her drama. He just walks back inside, shaking his head. Watching Karen's final, desperate attempt to hold on to some shred of dignity just makes it all worse for her. It's clear that she's lost whatever support she had left. Her husband is done, and the whole neighborhood is laughing at her. The world has seen who she really is, and there's no going back from that. Looking back on it, I can't help but smile. It feels good knowing that justice has been served, even if it came in the form of a glitter bomb. Watching Karen's face as she realized what she'd gotten herself into, getting doused in glitter, dye, and the stench of rotten eggs, was priceless. But beyond the humor, there's something satisfying about standing up for myself. After all the stolen packages, after all the petty complaints, I finally got the proof I needed, and the world got to see what kind of person Karen really was. Now my packages are safe, and the best part? Karen's now a meme. Forever. I doubt she'll ever be able to show her face in the neighborhood again, let alone online. Her humiliation is out there for everyone to see, and there's no escaping it. But as satisfying as it all is, I have a feeling this isn't the end. Karen's still around, and knowing her, she's probably plotting some kind of revenge. Who knows? Maybe next time she'll try to steal my packages again or come up with some ridiculous plan to get back at me. But whatever she tries, I'm ready. After all, I've already outsmarted her twice. I've learned one thing for sure. Don't mess with a nerd and his packages. And as for the internet, well, they've already made sure Karen will never live this down. People are still posting memes and edits of her glitter explosion, and I'm willing to bet that years from now, her name will pop up in some random thread as the legendary glitter bomb Karen. It's over for her, and the internet will never forget. As for me, I'm just waiting for the next package to arrive, hopefully without any surprises this time.